Hey everybody, I'm Jake. This is Fastlane Classic Cars in St. Charles, Missouri, 15 minutes outside St. Louis to the west. And if you're wondering why I'm standing inside, it's because currently Missouri is in a heat advisory for the foreseeable future. It's late June, which means it's a heat index of like 96 degrees and it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'm gonna keep myself and my camera equipment inside for as long as I possibly can. Especially because today we have a beautiful black on black backdraft COBRA. Now this is a slightly older build than the ones we get brand new. This has a tick over 10,000 miles, which really just proves that these things are a reliable platform, especially if you can take care of them like this gentleman did. And this has a 408 stroker by Keith Craft Engines, derived from a 351 Windsor. It's a 408 cubic inch Windsor, making 525 horsepower and around 530 pound-feet of torque. Now we have engine specs, paperwork in our file, cam specs, internals, stuff like that. We have a dyno sheet as well, proving the horsepower that this thing makes, but it sounds phenomenal. Sounds pretty similar to the 427 Roush engines. We get nice and choppy, plenty of power for the platform, over 500 horse. And a car that only weighs this much is more than you're ever going to need, that's for sure. It's backed up by a Tremec TKO 600 5-speed manual transmission, gloss black with silver stripes. Dual roll hoops on this one. I don't see that very often. Usually you get the single roll hoop behind the driver. This one has both. Ceramic coated stainless headers with stainless side pipes and heat shields. Power 4-wheel disc brakes. Black leather bucket seat interior with the black-faced VDO gauges, which ties everything in the interior together nicely. Momo wheel, the old school 4-point harnesses as well. It also comes with a black tonneau cover that sits over the cab, so you can cover everything or cover everything except for the driver if you want to. It has the 17-inch aluminum Shelby wheels with Nitto NT555 G2 tires wrapped around them, and the tire width in the back is 315 millimeters, so plenty of meat to put the power to the ground, but you still have to respect it because, again, very lightweight, pretty high horsepower for the weight and for the wheelbase of this car, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I love the black with the silver stripes. The engine bay looks very nice. Let me pop this open real quick and we'll take a look at it. You know, there's your 408 stroker in there. You got the Keith Craft Performance Engines valve covers on there. K&N air filter, pretty similar to the newer backdrafts as far as the layout goes. You can kind of see the bell housing down there with the QuickTime sticker on it. Very nice. And then there's your stainless headers going out the side of the car. I love Cobras, I love side pipes, and I don't really think you can do much better for the price as far as how much fun you're gonna have, how fast you can go, and how good you're gonna look. So again, I did this inside because it's very hot. I am gonna take it for a drive though. It's probably gonna be pretty short. Stabile is back from his vacation, but he's still very behind on his work because it's his first day back. So I'm probably just gonna drive this one by myself, take it around the block real quick so you guys can hear it and stay out of the sun for as long as I possibly can. And I think that's about it. So without further ado, let's take this thing for a drive. All right, inside the backdraft, pretty easy startup procedure. I've already turned the shutoff on. That's behind the passenger seat there. Keys in the ignition. In the start position, that light is for your fan, which you don't need to have on, but I have it on because it's hot outside. And then it's just a push button start right there. You got oil pressure there, which shot up immediately. That's great. Oil temp, which hasn't moved because it's cold start. Then you got your speedo, RPM gauge, voltage, coolant temp, which is just starting to move, and gas. You can see down there 10,114 miles. Not bad at all. I'm gonna set my phone back down and cover it up a little bit because it's hot outside. I got my lap belt on. I'm not going far. I could do the shoulder belts if I wanted to. I got them set up over here. But we're going to take this thing for a quick spin, so let me pull it outside. And I'll go turn that camera off before I get going so I don't have 30 minutes of footage when I get back. Flip my hat backwards so it doesn't blow off. Do my belt back up real quick. Let this thing warm up just for a second. I'm assuming it's going to warm up pretty quick today. Again, because the heat index is quite high. mirror real quick. E-brake works fantastic. Parked on a hill, held me just fine. All right, we're gonna go for a quick drive. And I'm gonna run over Stabile. There he is, back from vacation. Looking slim as ever. He went to Vegas, saw a World Cup game, and also toured the Shelby facility. I'm not jealous at all. Sounded pretty fun though. Oh, I love a Tremec. Some of the best transmissions you can get. Tremec's absolutely wonderful. Now, being an older backdraft, I don't think this is the big and tall with the wide seats. I fit in it just fine. And they do slide forward and backward. Again, oil pressure is great. I'm going to wait for oil temp to come up a little bit, so I'm not going to rag on it yet. It drives so fantastic though. Engine that we put in our backdrafts now honestly feels as close as makes barely any difference to a brand new one. Still tracks fantastic, the steering feels great, suspension feels great, the 408 has a lot of character, sounds great. With the visors in the side windows, you don't get a whole lot of wind hitting you in the face. With no top, it's not bad. And the look is just super old school. It's not the classic blue and white or whatever, but black with kind of a pewter colored silver stripe. Looks great. No glove box on this one, no heated seats. You don't need any of that anyway. But even though you don't get a whole lot of wind blasting you in the face, you get just enough to keep you cool. Because again, there's a heat index of like 98 right now. I'm actually not that hot cruising around as long as I'm moving. Get a nice breeze coming through here. Make sure you have a hat to keep the sun off your head though. Maybe a bucket hat. Keep it off your neck too. Brakes feel great. 4-wheel discs obviously. I think the brakes and the steering are manual, but being such a lightweight vehicle, you're never going to notice. You want the road feel anyway. And I like the Momo wheel. The thickness of it is perfect for my hands. Feels fantastic. It's not too wide, so my elbows aren't hitting the door, which I've had problems with some factory 5 builds that people make. They put a big wood steering wheel on it, and then my arm's out here trying to steer. I can stay tucked into this, which is nice. Oil pressure's still great. Oil temp's starting to move. Coolant temp is starting to come up. That's in Celsius, by the way. I'm like, wow, it's still pretty cold. Not as cold as I thought, but plenty cool. My phone is not overheated yet. Neither have my GoPros. We'll see how long that lasts. I'll turn around at the Coke building and do a little bit of a flyby. There's no one recording on the outside of the car, but we'll get the noise. Quote unquote flyby, because I'm by myself. And here's the stop sign we do the bean test at. We'll see how many beans it has. Get past the bump in the road. they have 2 stalks because the wipers are on one of them, but they're flip-flopped. Normally you use your left hand for the blinker and the right hand for the wipers. So whenever I try to turn in the newer ones, I turn the wipers on by accident. This one only has 1 stalk, so you can't mess it up. Just for the blinker. The wipers are down here on a knob. So are the lights. Hazards are also right here as well. The horn is a red button over here on the left. Puts around nicely at slow speed too. These things are easy to drive. These backdrafts, even with, if you get them with no power options like steering and brakes, I actually like that better. They're so lightweight, the power steering just feels over boosted because you don't need it at all. This 408 sounds so nice too at idle. Really lovely engine. We're only at 80 degrees Celsius on the coolant there. Oil temp again starting to move. Oil pressure still fantastic. Voltage is still great. We still got gas. I can't believe that. All right. Here we go. Yep. That feels good. That feels better than good. Feels fantastic. I haven't even hit 5th. I haven't needed it. The gearing is such that you could take this on the highway, stay pretty low in the RPMs, not annoy the crap out of yourself with the engine droning. And I wasn't even revving it out all the way. I think I was shifting around 5 grand. I think go a bit past that. I think it hits peak power past that actually. But when you have 525 horsepower and slightly more torque even than that, you don't need the whole gas pedal and you don't need the whole RPM range. When you do use it, you might scare the poop out of yourself. And there's a Mustang behind me. He's hounding me to go faster. I'm not going to fall into his trap. I could dust that Mustang with relative ease. And I look better doing it, because I'm in a Cobra. And I like the shifter. It's got the AC logo in the shift knob rather than the backdraft logo. Feels a bit more old school. Is buttery smooth. The clutch is fantastic. It's not too heavy. The bite point is at just the right spot. And again, I could just pop it in 5th up there and just sit here and cruise. I'm at 1500 RPM going 40 miles an hour. Not very drony, not bad at all. For being a raw representation of what a car is, a Cobra, it's not that uncomfortable to drive. It's actually relatively comfortable to drive. If you've ever driven old cars, Mustangs, Camaros, anything from the 60s or 70s, unless you get a big boat like a Continental, this is nice. This is very nice. It feels tight and controllable, but extremely, extremely fast. You still have to respect it and know what you're doing. But it's not as butthole clenching as an original Cobra would be, which I think is a good thing. Around the roundabout here. In this car yet. I don't know that I even will. I don't think I will. temp is still fantastic. Wow, we're still at 80 degrees Celsius. Oil pressure is still great. We're at 4 bar, whatever that means, 3.5 bar. I feel great. I'm starting to get a little warm here at low speed. It is black on black, but not bad when you're moving, like I said. Not bad when you're moving. I'll back it in next to the Superformance. Hey look, we got an orange Cobra right here with weird bucket seats in it. I wonder if we're going to take that thing in. My phone is still recording somehow. There's the orange one. Here's a look at the gauges as I come back. If it focuses. There we go. Oil pressure. And there's Jim. Yes, we're going to put this inside. Alrighty. He's going to guide me in here. And off. Wonderful car to drive. If you want to know more about this or any of our other cars, go to our website, www.fastlanecars.com. You can also call us at 636-940-9969. Ask for Jim. He's one of our salesmen. Or you can email us, sales@fastlanecars.com, if you don't like talking on the phone. Other than that, please buy this Cobra because it's fantastic. We'll see you in the next one.